Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Happy 2024. This is the first stream of the year for MetaPlace here. And we've got a little bit of a Showmatch going. We're also testing multi-platform streaming, adding additional stuff to the roster. So we've got Twitch, YouTube, Kick, and Trovo now. And it's supposed to also be live space, however, it's just refusing to connect to the server. So I'm assuming that's just not happening. But I think everything else is live. I'm just gonna go and double check. I think we're live on Twitch. I see us live on Trovo. That is fantastic. So yeah, great to see all these places. And I can track all the chats except Kick very easily. So I think everything is working. So what are we doing today? This is a show match, as I said, between Psyalac and Seanagone. There's a $20 prize for the winner, and this is a best of 5 standard show match with warriors allowed, and no bans. We're starting on Rift, and that's pretty much it. Usual rules apply. So let's get it on. I think I'm gonna just remind the guys that they may indeed play Warriors, just to make super sure they're aware. But yeah, between these two, I think they're both quite at the top end of what used to be the Amateur League and what's basically going to become the Rising Star League. Because these guys are just, you know, at a higher level than what we'd expect to be the amateurs. Also, D Snowman already starting off with the subscribe. Chenla also subscribing. Thank you so much, guys. Hopefully these events are actually playing. I'm just gonna make sure they are. I think these work as well. So yes, these event notifications up there are back. But I think we're essentially good to go. And I'm gonna click it in on Rift. We're gonna go to the map intro, and then the cast commences. Let's do this. Right, really no idea who will win between these two. Do you guys? How about we start a prediction on Twitch exclusively? That's where most of you are anyways for the moment. We'll see if it stays that way long term, but hey, it is what it is for now. So, Sean V, Team Respawn Sean, or Psyalac. You guys decide. 5 minutes. Do the thing. And about this multi-streaming thing, another thing we've got going is that YouTube is actually at a significantly higher bitrate. So YouTube is running at 20 megabits per second. Twitch is running at 6, so they're significantly higher quality now on YouTube. And also YouTube is running directly in 1440p, whereas on Twitch it's downscaled to 1080p. So I think YouTube is going to offer you the highest quality for the moment. And we'll see about what happens with the rest. But we've got our first matchup. Gonna be some fun UNSC versus Banished action. And let's jump right into it. Thank you for the biddies. I need to change that animation. I thought I did already. Well, let's just go. Welcome to the first 2024 show match here on MetaPlace. In the blue color, we have got our Isabel player, Seanagone. And on the other side, taking him up for this best of 5 is Psyalac in the red color, playing as Arbiter. We've got a little bit of action around the power pick-me-ups with 2 of the Sentinels getting pulled away. which is great news for this Marine. Not gonna get blasted by all those lasers. We've got Psyalac going to the side, but otherwise build orders seemed pretty normal from my initial hovers. $20 for the winner in this one, by the way. And this is also the last USD paying show match. So this is just a show match that actually was commissioned last year by Psyalac, but then he ended up being busy, so we're just, you know, getting around to it now. But a big change for MetaPlace is that we are simplifying our accounting and our miscellaneous currency fees. So we are switching to the pound sterling, seeing as I am based in the UK and I'm doing obviously all the tax reporting, accounting, whatever. And it will significantly reduce our fees as well as actually help the players in the end, because we get to more easily use the same currency, all of us. Now, it might be annoying for the American players, but there are obviously ways to go around that. You get an account, whatever fintech it is that gives you interbank conversion rates, and you should be just good to go. Now, to offset everything, we will also make it so that we numerically keep everything the same. As you guys know, the exchange rate is around 25% in favor of the pound, which means we're more than inflation adjusting every prize pool that's coming up, so should be great news for the players. Also, we're increasing all future show match prize pools in general. So all commission show matches as well as stuff hosted by us will be increased, will be pound based as well. And yeah, that basically means that the show match players get a whole lot more money. What does that mean? What does that mean, and how will we structure that? So at the very top level, what we call S tier players, they will have their own little category in our show match store, and that will tie into our tier system in general. So we will have a very official tier system on the website 1 week from this video, which should be done with the initial draft. Not functional with the tournament system just yet, we're working on that, but we'll have an initial draft and reopen the show match store. And very happy to announce that S tier show matches are going to have a £100 prize pool, split between winner and loser. So even just showing up and giving the good matches will net the players a little bit of a reward. And overall, that prize pool is 125 USD, right, converted from pounds. So yeah, I'm hoping the players are very excited to hear this news. So this should be the last small one. All the show matches in the future will be best of 7, and the different tiers of players will basically decide what level the show match is, also scaling the prize pool. You get under S tier players, they'll be getting a smaller prize pool, but still a best of 7. Right, enough babbling about money. Although these players are fighting for money right now. We've got double generators, which is also great for income purposes. And of course the Hellbringers, always a good thing to have against Arbiter and Shipmaster, with these elite grunts not being able to really do much against them. They kind of tickle, but Hellbringers don't really care about that. That was a bit of a mini-base steal situation, but Psyalac, all he really did with that was deny the mini-base slot, and, you know... sorry, Seanagone, all he did with that was deny the slot. And yeah, here we are back here. I wonder why these notifications keep doing what they're doing. I'm pretty sure I disabled YouTube subscriptions, but thanks Stars for the subscription and Safety Guy for the 100 bits on Twitch. I guess we will just have to customize everything and then it will work out. Murda says that the YouTube quality is better. Indeed, it should be. Oh, nice dodge with the Spartan against that Plasma Bolt. Seanagone doing some great work there. Also, there is a sniper out, which is also super helpful, helping to avoid any cloak shenanigans. The Spartan might still go down to the Enforcer. It's gonna be so close. Oh, it's just a little bit faster than the Enforcer, so very lucky for Seanagone. The last shots did not actually happen. And this is gonna give a chance for the Spartan to regain the shields and eventually heal up once we are in tier 2, which is also soon, but not before we're getting a base, which is also a very good move. However, behind this, Psyalac is controlling all the power nodes. Yeah, that is 4 power nodes and the 5th one on the way. Psyalac doing a great job and also expanding, so he's not really behind on the base department. This is a shame, not for Psyalac directly as a person, but you know what I mean. The power extractor should have been upgraded sooner. Would have been nice, but I mean, he's done a good amount of pressure. He's pushed the Spartan away. He's captured all the power nodes, so it kind of makes up for it. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna still get to tier 2 at a similar pace as Seanagone. But the good news for this Spartan is that tier 2 is not too far away. And the tier 2 Alice, well, she's a bit of a beast. You give her the chain gun and suddenly infantry gets deleted. But what does Arbiter like to do in tier 2? You guessed it, infantry. This hero is one of the best options against them. You add in a little bit of Warthogs to that and maybe a bit of sniper backup, and infantry just is no longer an option, right? You really are gonna need the Arbiter hero to go after the Spartan and hopefully catch her. Then you have tools like Plasma Bolt, then you have tools like the Plasma Mines, of course, to get her stuck. Once again, great save from Sean, keeping that hero alive for all eternity.
Garage constructed.
Now we've got this whole Warthog action that I talked about, then the hero upgrade, then more Warthogs from the back. This is gonna stabilize Sean for tier 2 and then allow him to go tier 3 beyond that. Actually, there's a bit of supply pad upgrades coming in, which is very necessary because the supply pad count is actually super low. And I'm sorry the leaders are talking over me. Let's super quickly go and disable that. I do apologize. This is the wrong menu. What am I doing? Go to audio and voice volume, nuke that. Yeah, let's just use a mouse. So much faster. All right. There. Some good decapturing. Apologies for the little interlude. Psyalac going very heavy on the resource buildings and, you know, focusing up on the front base. This could be risky against an Isabel who transitions into a relatively fast tier 3, but doesn't look like Seanagone is doing just that yet because the heavy machine guns coming in, a lot of the pad upgrades have come in, and this base has been upgraded as well. Gonna need some turrets, methinks, just to be super safe. But yeah, this expo of Psyalac is not necessarily in the best spot. The shield generator would help a lot. That's a turret, however. Easy pickings for the Spartan. Just need a Wolverine to make sure that the engineers get picked off, so that there's detection against the grunts. Nice pick off on the Apex as well. No more engineers for Mr. Red. Like all these pad upgrades, and you know, maybe that hunter will come out, but there's the engineer. That's good, that's good. Very nice. So this mini base is more than fine. Still, we'll be losing the engineer in the end, but Arbiter should take care of the rest. Now, how is it going with the upgrades? I think that's one upgrade so far for the hero. No, that's the base Arbiter. Sorry. We're only getting... Oh, no. Conduit Incarnate. That's tier 2. Okay. Shows my rust. One star. The 1 star makes the Spartan quite a bit stronger, but it's really the 2nd star that makes her start absolutely deleting infantry. You can already see it, sort of, but it's gonna get a whole lot better soon. Going into the garrison, probably the best possible move. If there is a heal available for Seanagone, that would be very nice to see right now, before the shields start going down, right? gain as much as you can before that. I don't think Spartan will be able to take this kind of beating. Heavy metal is nice, but where's the heal? I'm afraid Seanagone might have been greeding into the best offense or something like that. Has a second star, juggling the Spartan a little, but that doesn't really work in Halo Wars 2. Not against the Arbiter, who kind of just gets to lock on, and once the attack starts, it also gets to finish. So that's a 2-star Spartan that's not going to see the light of day anymore. Psyalac had a little bit of a drop, I think, in the back, which we missed. Sorry about that. Anyways, it didn't really do much, and the Vortox should be taking care of the rest, it seems. Did I mention at the start of this commentary that we are actually multi-streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, Trovo, and trying to do and failing on LiveSpace? All the links should be in the chat, constantly popping up, and also in our description sections. So feel free to try out the new platform. The highest quality video feed will be definitely YouTube. And the best place to subscribe is Kick in terms of revenue share for us. That's how you help us the most. However, it's still not as good as subscribing on our website directly. That's that's a different thing. But if you want like special emotes, then that's the way to go. As for the best place to chat, I would say that's definitely Twitch. That's where the most viewers are. And with Trovo and LiveSpace, we're just trying something new. Well, here comes the classic. I'm pretty sure that Psyalac has not only upgraded the Arbiter and separately starting to raid here, but also I'm pretty sure he's got Plasma Bolt level 2, at least. Plasma Bolt level 2 does allow you to start nuking buildings here, so let's say you target this little corner. All 4 buildings that I'm highlighting right now would be affected. That's the main base, the triple supply, the 2 supply pads, and the generator, and then the Arbiter himself finishes them off. So that would be the way to go, I think, but not when there's this much around to help defend, especially an unshielded Arbiter. Oh! Spartan just jumps into Wolverine? That's a surprise. Obviously, Wolverine is not going to be able to hold its own against the Arbiter, but we are in tier 3 and there's a Scorpion tank. Seems to be doing a pretty good job against the Arbiter. Plasma Bolt, as I mentioned, is in. Is there going to be a level 2? No, because the Arbiter was already selected, so that had to be dismissed. This is not a level 2 Plasma Bolt just yet. Drop turret, stuns and finishes the RB. No teleportation on the way out. And now the 2 tanks actually bring the base damage, so yeah. Psyalac kinda has to regroup. But he is controlling all 5 power nodes still, which is very nice news for him. Is lacking the 1 mini base, but is going tier 3. Banshees. I would have thought a Hunter army and perhaps Phantoms? But I guess not. I see Rock Generation in the Kick chat. I see you. Ovadi subscribing as well. Thank you very much for your Prime. He says so many options. Don't know what to do. Yeah. Whatever's comfortable. The Snowman says on Twitch, think the Spartan was meant to slam, not jump into the Wolverine. That's a very fair point. I mean, you can always take it out again, but you do lose the cooldown. So yeah, I agree. RB goes down again very easily. These tanks are just some of the best anti-hero tools in the game, so loving to see what Seanagone is doing here, and he has a very good chance to now put this game away. There's just a few Banshees. Not that they're a huge threat, there's still a Wolverine in here in the middle. Nobody tell me air is OP. Tell you what, guys, ground is OP. Put that on Reddit. I tested it. Loving the anti-vehicle turret upgrades. That's gonna tear the tanks a new one, so Seanagone does need to respect that and pull away a bit. Maybe a bunch of Nightingales overhead would be helping. He certainly has the money, the Spartan being up front. Also just absolutely wrecking the RB and whatever infantry comes across. But yeah, you can't just dive into this. Like, Mass Nightingale, as I said, to just keep the tanks alive in general, but also to actually smoke the turrets, to silence them a little bit, is definitely very, very nice. Single plasma bolt in the middle of all that, but doesn't actually end up buffing the army, because they are just too far away. Conduit of Rage was a no proc in this one. Still, this is enough to take down the tanks. All these leader powers and the turrets seem to be holding against the ground, so maybe air is OP after all. What do I know? Yeah, guys, don't worry. Once these Banshees reach full population, they're actually gonna have some pretty good utility in there. But for now, Scorpions and Wolverines can control the map. Spartan going forward, taking down one turret at a time should be pretty good. I'd love to see some heavy metal. We've got finally the best offense. I'm not sure if we had it before. Pretty sure we didn't. These shields will be helping out quite a bit. Looks like that's another takedown on the Arbiter. Spartan could consider taking over that blister bag, but not gonna be doing it. Loving the smoke on the turret. That's exactly what needed to happen. Another turret gets taken down, and some Banshees getting taken away. Spartan's getting a little bit low, but on her way out, still absolutely kicking butt. Now I wonder if there's gonna be a Vulture transition from Seanagone. Usually one of the things you wanna be doing at this stage of the game is just start upgrading air, you know? You never know when you're gonna need it. You certainly have the power for it. Oh! It's making Nightingales. It's not time yet, ladies and gentlemen. We're waiting. Well, that's fine. Anyways, there is a bit of a drop here, and the base is gonna be hurt. No worries. Tanks can take care of this so easily. Look at that. Probably wouldn't recommend Psyalac to go in there either, but the Arbiter has more mobility than tanks, so going into the main and doing the Plaza Boat trick that I suggested way earlier can still be very valuable, even in this later phase of the game. Question I missed from Stars earlier is Sean actually playing mouse and keyboard? I don't know, his movements are very smooth. I don't think so. I think this is looking like controller gaming. It's a little too smooth to be mouse and keyboard. Anyway, we've got the Banshee raid starting up, and the mini base certainly will fall. RB finally has the bubble shield, looking now towards the back. Still not gonna take over the blisterbacks? I'm a little shocked, because the blisterback would do such a good job of taking down the turret. It's... Yeah, I was gonna say that was fake news. Way too many tanks, obviously not real. But hey, you can put these fake ones in front. They'll tank the turret fire. You can actually smoke the turrets. And then go for the damage. Hey, we have a Prime subscription as well from Matt Hat. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Alrighty, what now? Going to the main is interesting. Oh, look at that! 4 turrets, no shield. Unlike here, this is not upgraded turrets. Whoops, all the Fakos are gone. And Psyalac's gonna resign. This was a weak spot that Sean V just somehow found out. Isabel, pretty good leader. Highly recommend you guys play it. Oh, he says disconnect. Oh no. Well, it was a relatively even game, but I don't know if we can give this to... I don't know if we can make this a rematch, guys, because Seanagone was the guy always attacking. So, that's a hard sell. That's a hard sell. I think we're not going to be doing that one. I think this has to be awarded to Sean. Considering he just found a really nice way to do damage there and has been ahead of base. As per rules. Sorry, Psyboy. I know that sucks. I do wish we had a reconnect feature or a save and reload or something of the sort, but sadly that's not the case. That's what we would need, though. That's what we would need. Maybe if one day for the 10-year anniversary of Halo Wars 2 we could get a remaster, Steam release, bunch of features like that. That would be so nice. Psyalac says he's fine letting it go. Thank you very much for understanding. Appreciate you. Now, let me set up the whole map thing. You still got the map pick though. Psyalac was Arbiter. Boom. So this is where we currently are. Excuse me. So, yeah, Apex Sean is up 1 point, only needs 3 in this best of 5 obviously. Psyalac will be picking the next map. Now let's find out what the next map's gonna be. It is Psyalac's choice. Speaking of internet, I recently switched internet providers after my move and now got gigabit internet, hence the infinity amount of streaming platforms. And we still have some capacity to add more should it be viable / necessary. Right, you guys probably want your points in the Twitch, so let me give you that. Sean V voters getting lucky. Halo Wars 2 slogan is maybe one day. Oh no. That's so sad. I'll send you guys to Frontier. Don't want to think about this anymore. So, Frontier is coming up, and that kind of means that we should expect a Shipmaster. There could be a good chance for Atriox though. That you can never rule out Atriox on Frontier. Sometimes you will see some Serena. Meta plays hit tech free internet. True, it's pretty useful. So yeah, Shipmaster, I think, is probably what Psyalac will be doing, because he's such a banished guy, right? There's always a chance of Yap Yap, but I think it's been going out of style a little bit. It's still very nice against UNSC. All those mini-base deals, there's plenty of opportunity for it on that map for sure. The launch has been aborted, no. Unaborted. Hope everybody is having a great time. Yeah, guys, make sure to check out our secondary platforms. Every little follow on, let's say, Kick would help us a lot, because we actually do not have the affiliate level there just yet. So I'm gonna type exclamation mark links into every platform, and if you guys could please follow our other streaming platforms than Twitch and YouTube. If you aren't already, then that would be very much appreciated. Because I'm pretty sure that basically nobody will discover us on these unless we have some viewers. Well, that's pessimistic. Maybe it will happen. We'll see. JT Coop doesn't understand why Shipmaster is good on Frontier. Okay, so you have so many healing mechanics, right? So many teleportation mechanics and so much high ground. So let's say in the early game, you have the potential to save your hero not only in the healing nodes but also with extraction. And later on you get teleport, which is gonna be super useful for Locust Place, which then you can use the high ground with and snipe those third bases while the Locusts are getting healed, which is insanely good. That's just some of the stuff, and Shipmaster generally likes playing on one front in the middle as well in the mid game, which strengthens the drops a lot. But anyway, we've got our game up. Let's do this. Just need to double check the leaders. Oh! Okay, that's not what anyone would have expected, I don't think. Well. If it isn't Jerome on Frontier, this is not something you see very often, guys. I'm really curious what Sean is up to, but it certainly can work. We've seen some super long games, especially with EOD and Mastodons. So, you know, maybe it's exactly that happening. Psyalac on the other side is gonna be Atriox, which is also a solid choice. It's no Shipmaster, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. You got close by expansions, and Atriox can buy them all for cheaps. Question in the chat, are these high-level Onyx players? That's right. That's right. Some of the times they make it to champ, I'm pretty sure. Marine might get away here. Psyalac needs to get on top of that. That's such a free kill if the chopper was just going in that direction, but it's not. So it should be getting away. A little bit of power sharing on both sides. The Jackrabbit got the majority of this one, I'm pretty sure. It's gonna be Armory 4 followed by a Barracks, so Seanagone's going aggressive. There's no mini bases whatsoever picked up from Psyalac just yet. And I'm not sure if he will. Doesn't look like there's a war console just yet, but there it is. Followed up immediately by the mini base. He just didn't have vision really. Anyways, the Marines are here to bully the Grunt. Still not sure they can, but they'll try. Jackrabbit didn't pick up a mini, but that makes sense because maybe a steal is possible. Yep, up front. Picking up a little bit of power. Snipers coming out. Which makes a lot of sense. You don't really want to make Hellbringers into the Chosen. They're going to be good in high numbers, but the Chosen kind of just kites them, so having a few snipers out first keeps this guy at bay. Blaming Carson cameras for these guys not being champ, that's probably true. There's a lot of Smurfs, so I think being in champion these days is actually a pretty big deal because there's so many Smurfs, and people will hunt you down if you're anywhere near. And you know, if you lose against a Smurf, you lose so many points, they can reset your entire day's progress in just one instance. So yeah, if you're solidly in champ, it's actually very impressive. That's a lot of grunts, by the way. That's also pretty spooky. I wonder if that Jerome upgrade is gonna come in time. It did. It did. Unfortunately, that Mantis was preemptively put down. And that could be a problem. It could have landed on all those grunts, right? And maybe combined with some mines, but that didn't happen. Maybe the chopper can be taken down, though. That's a nice little win, if possible at all. But popping out the Spartan is important. Sean does it, which is great. However, the snipers seem to be caught by the Chosen. You can't stay this close. Oh no, the mines also detonating on the Jerome. This might be a quick one, ladies and gentlemen. That was a lot of damage coming through at the very start. And only one sniper to keep all this infantry at bay. I don't think so, Sean. This is looking like Psyalac's gonna be super comfortable going forward. Just a matter of catching that one last sniper, which is not being microed back right now. That's a death sentence. As long as you're in range of the Chosen, you're toast. Now the turret's too late as well. Sure, the hero will be looping around and there's a bunch of mines, but they're way too far away from the base to be actually helpful defensively. Pulling back the Chosen as well. Oh, didn't get the shields back up. Even though it was starting to regen, the Marines just managed to pop him. Stopping the regeneration. That could be a good opportunity to take it down, but the Spartan isn't following. Anyways, this calms down the game a bit. And Psyalac now has to play a bit of macro. Won't just be able to put Sean away immediately. Huh. Got a real game on our hands. Shrapnel mines. Maybe some back minis. I would love to see a base despite the full cost. I mean, we are looking at the countermeasures plasma mines game, so Atriox is certainly not looking to buy mass expansions in this one, as I suggested earlier. It's a way to play. But going for that solid tier 1 instead is also fine. Now, UNSC is going to need a second mini base, that's for sure. So this Marine probably should get to work. Sniper count going pretty high. And you know, unless the Chosen gets on top of them, that should keep UNSC safe once more. Fourth mini base for Psyalac soon. Oh, sorry, he has it down here. Sean just kind of skipped out on that. Has a bit of a float. That's not great, but he has a Mastodon. Now the Mastodon can keep chasing the Aatrox is Chosen and not worry too much about retaliation. This is a great option for Sean to come back, especially if he adds more of them and just keeps popping the snipers in. Infantry will no longer really be viable, but whoa, 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 whoa. That sniper just went down, I think. Would have been great to have a full Mastodon, but easier said than done. More and more mines getting put down. Maybe here they run over it? No. That said, all these jump back brutes are not getting anything done. Snipers have more than defended now. And I think it's time to start adding Hellbringers, because 4 snipers, yeah, that will do the job. Anyway, Psyalac has all the map control in the world, so he actually did not end up needing a second base. I'd still like to see it, as there's harvesters to upgrade, so you can do that and then just grab the base. Chill out, you've got your 3 power nodes already. And there's options for more, so you don't need to be idle at this point. There's the base, very good. Gotta grow the economy. 3 Mastodons and counting? Nah, it's Marines now. It's a good idea to take power nodes for the UNSC as well, of course. Just killing the Sentinels alone will give you a little bit of experience. Pump those leader powers up faster. Sean is now ready to follow to tier 2. Yep, Psyalac's kind of just left to his devices. He's gonna upgrade his hero. Where is it? Ah, here. It's coming soon. I like the addition of Banshees. Now, they can't be shot down by the snipers. And will hard counter the Mastodons too. Hence the addition of Marines, I suppose. But, hey, without UNSC being able to constantly pump units, I think the Banshee numbers could grow out of control very quickly. Oh, he's showing his hand though. Well, now the Banshee is not as much of a surprise. Going into double Banshee, triple Banshee. Well, we'll see how that goes. Certainly can't attack into the snipers with the Chosen though. 5th power node, or would have been the 5th if Sean hadn't made the Marine there. Is he gonna make more Marines, or if not, that would be a huge issue. All these Banshees need a counter. Psyalac's numbers are growing. It's very close to clicking up to tier 3 as well. At which point the Banshees get some pretty good upgrades. Plasma Torpedo especially finishes very quickly. Gives some health, damage, and the Plasma Torpedo itself. So you can do that in parallel with the regular Air 1 upgrade. Pretty big power spike there. Good use of the mines there, doing a little bit of tickle damage. And I really like the addition of the 1 engineer, keeping the Banshees safe. All these mines, as well as the Chosen, will keep everyone slow. Spartan morale kicks in to help against the beam a little bit, but it can't offset it fully. And the Banshees absolutely rip the Mastodons to pieces. Seanagone certainly should not have been out there. And gets punished. He did manage to capture some power nodes though. And his base is developing. But there's just no units here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. How do you hold this now? Psyalac is not going to your free. In fact, he's adding jump up brutes, the infantry upgrade and the air upgrade. But this ended up being a very big float and decides to put away the game with Dark Skies if possible. That will increase the squad member count of jump back brute squads by 1. 50% increase. Can't ask for a bigger, better upgrade. Third base coming up as well now. Welcome back to Captain Morgains in the Twitch chat. We are back to Ish. Psyalac says he's tired. Oh no, must have had a long work day. Generator number 4, I think. No, just number 3? What? To be fair, you could put them on the mini bases in such a game It's Mastodons, right? So what's the chances of them going to your back mini base? Sean is indeed very low on units as suggested by Slender Chill. You'd expect some Marines in these things. They'll be able to cross-heal each other. But now it looks like Psyalac might be saving up for an eradication game-ending attack. Perhaps pulling apart the army of Sean a bit. But this mini base is probably something you just sacrifice, not pull the army for. We got combat tech marines. A little bit more firepower against all that air. Also gonna help against the brutes, of course. Pretty decent core unit, but numbers, man. We need numbers. Infantry level 1 got done. It's also quite helpful. Yeah, but just 3 Mastodons again. I don't think that's enough. The mines? Psyalac's walking over the mines! Oh, it didn't hurt all that much. The engineer bubbles just saved the day here. And with that, the Mastodons are getting ripped to shreds. Once again, the Banshee's just doing the heavy lifting. In the safety of the engineer bubbles, they don't have to worry about too much. And although the Chosen lost the shields, he's more than happy to keep going. The eradication is going down on Sean's main base. There's no building health upgrades whatsoever, and a lot of the buildings are already gone. The beam is gonna eat the Marines for the most part. There's still the Spartan in the back. Might have wanted to beam that instead, but hey. Chosen got this. Bunch of brutes still left. Anti-air turrets are annoying here. And actually all the air is gone. But Psyalac has more than enough resources to replace everything. Seeing a nice little split up on the hunters. They'll destroy the rest of the buildings. No problem, I don't think. And the anti-infantry turret can't deal with them. Repairs too late. And that puts Seanagone on just one base. Unless it's still here, right? But for how much longer? Not much longer, I don't think. Supply pad's gone. Just the one left. Loving the star on the Chosen. Great to see that. Psyalac going tier 3. I think that's a base slot upgrade. No, it's tier 3. Sean really tried to keep this going, but I think he toast. Just stating the obvious. Psyalac equalizes the series 1-1. And I want to say thank you to Captain Morgans as well and Technician for the subscriptions. Sorry I missed those. Alright, let's set up the map information for the Showmatch page. Sean was headed home. Is Metaplace itself down? Or is it just my browser messing with me? Yeah, we're fine. Alright, Psyalac was trucks. And that's a red win. This is where we are. Next up, we're gonna be going to Bedrock. That should be also a bit of a yap map. Might be seeing some other stuff as well. We'll see. What else could be happening on that map? I think Anders is a good choice. Now the gamers can get their points on Twitch. So Psyalac Volters running away with 2.24 times gains. It's pretty good. Looks like the match has been aborted again. Alright, the guys have loaded in. And as I predicted, classic matchup coming up. Right, I think these are some of my go-to leaders for this map. I think you guys should take note as well. We've got Anders here from Showmatch in the blue. And on the other side, in the red, Psyalac's gonna go with Decimus. Very nice. The double grunt going after the Marines, of course, is a great start. Jackrabbit's coming to help. That should be a win for the Rabbit Marine. However, there's more. The chopper is a problem for UNSC always, so you kind of want to go for like 3 Marines here. The Marines can always outwiggle the chopper and just target down the grunts. At least in my experience. The problem is when even more units get pulled by the Banished. If the Banished full commits, the Marines have a good chance of losing, but the Jackrabbit basically guarantees the UNSC loss in the early engagements like this, so... yeah, this should be a very Banished favored beginning now. And that reminds me, I actually forgot to restart the betting, so... that's now done. I like Psyalac's chances of setting up map control, but beyond that, it's not like you can't come back as UNSC, especially Anders. You get the Spartan out with cheap upgrades, and you take back down the mini bases and then start pushing for a little bit of map control. And Anders can certainly manage Decimus a little bit. It's just a little bit tough against that hero slam combo, especially if it's followed up with Vortex Lightning. You can stun lock your hero in place and basically guarantee its destruction. Jump back brutes for the early game. Double jump back brutes for the early game. Psyalac's feeling very confident already. Just because he got a few early kills doesn't, however, mean that you can just straight up rush the other guy. In Halo Wars 2, I think there's a very strong defender's advantage, and certainly you can pull it off sometimes. And maybe Sean won't be expecting it because he's also grabbing all the mini bases in the world. Okay, if he goes 4 mini bases, he could be in a little bit of trouble, I'll admit. Grunts, double brutes, and you know, maybe a combo of the base just getting blasted with Vortex. And then the brutes getting siphoned. If it hits after 5 minutes, there's also the potential for Fury getting added. That could actually delete the main base. Fury, a leader power that we don't see as much used. What I want to pay attention to now is, are these grunts gonna get killing frenzy? Look at the Sentinel Psyalac. Man, what I wish we had was the ability to open the leader wheel of the players, but we don't have that. Okay. Now watch. Do we have Killing Frenzy or did he go Vortex? Oh, the Spartan's gonna mess this up. We can't find out. I wasn't paying attention earlier, so maybe somebody in the chat will correct me, but we have a 1-minute delay, so can't really wait for that. Anyway, once the game goes to a slightly later stage, there's always the possibility for Anders to go Sentinel on 5th point, and guess what? The Decimus heroes can't touch that, they're melee only. Come on, Psyboy, kill some sentinels. He's not showing me what he's... Oh! This is good. I think he went Vortex. So there's the full potential of the triple Vombo combo in the rush. Alright. Yep, he went Vortex first. Very interesting. We've got... Oh, Sean is going for a base. He has no idea what's happening. He has no idea, guys. Oh no. Is there gonna be a double turret at least? You're gonna need it. Anti-infantry and everything. If it starts when Psyalac arrives, that's gonna be an issue. He's already 70 population, and he's waiting for that third point exactly as I suggested, so I think that's what's gonna happen. Just go to the main and destroy the actual main. Yep, don't even need to mess with this base. Sean's gonna cancel for him. And this is only a handful of Hellbringers. The only scary thing is the Spartan Slam, the 1-star on it, and the potential mind combo coming up. Psyalac is pulling back though. He's content with the 5 power nodes captured. Is that gonna be it? Power Extractor in the back against Anders? I don't know. That's a certain thing to get destroyed if we get to the later stages. And certainly Psyalac is letting up on the aggression, so it's not going to be a commitment from him. And we've got a triple turret now at home in Sean's base, so I guess one thing that could be done by Psyalac is to just buy a base behind this now. He certainly has the resources. He's going tier 2. Soon TM. There's the base, very good. I still think he's favored here, to be absolutely clear, but committing so many resources to brutes and then not having killing frenzy, that's a very early gamey play, a very rushy play. But we're back to the methodical moves, running through the back and stuff. Oh, here it is. Spartan gets stunned, but of course Spartan can jump out of it, but the Vortex can follow the Spartan obviously, so you have to really be careful how you time the jump. You can jump while stunned, however, as you land, you'll remain stunned as you just saw. So yeah, the Vortex can beat this. Once again, just before Seanagone finishes the base, the brutes arrive, gets cancelled, wasting the entire build time. There was no way for Sean to protect it anyhow, but yeah, here we are. Lots of rams are coming through. The warlord's nearly ready to go again with another big hammer slam. Vortex causing a little bit of trouble with their double rams actually. Oh man, this is such a good pull. Spartans down to essentially no health whatsoever, gonna get hammered to pieces, and Boundless Siphon is in. Psyalac can do this all day. He don't care no more. One of the next moves would be to upgrade the grunts actually to produce more bodies. We've got active Siphon on, and they're gonna be jumping all around the base to try to go for the buildings. But there's a lot of Hellbringers up front. The beam will be required to take him down. There's no fury action, as funny as that would have been. Or funny, I mean cool. Would be cool. You guys gotta do it at home. But yeah, just committing with this Boundless Siphon. That's, I'm pretty sure, a tier 2 warlord as well. More Banshees coming in as well. You know, after you have Boundless Siphon and for such an anti-infantry focus, I do think that's an appropriate move. The garage even gets stunned. There's no vehicles out on the field. I don't even see the Spartan anywhere. Gonna be remade eventually, but Sean has a lot of resources all of a sudden. potentially trying to save up for the Sentinel, but that's gonna be easier said than done. As all the base is getting whacked. That was not a turret, that was a watchtower. Oh no. But you guys know what I always say, that's gonna allow him to watch Psyalac destroy him better. Vortex going down on 4 buildings. So garage is toast, the supply pad will be toast, and the generator is nearly toast. There's other heavy supply pad also very weak. I don't know. There's no way that Sean can save up. Surely. I mean, this base is gonna take so much damage in the process. Psyalac has 77 population still. One thing he doesn't have though is Reavers, so it might catch him a little bit unawares. There is also not a single unit on the other side of the map to... Oh! They're on the mission! The Marines might be on the mission to be the spotters. Okay, this could work out very nicely if Sean puts down Sentinel here. Wrecks the main. There's a single turret. There's no shield. He could go into the base trade and actually do something with it, but unfortunately his main base is already half dead. There's 2 bases to go after, plus Psyalac has a pretty large economy, whereas Sean, I don't think he's actually able to save up enough for a new base and the Sentinel. This is over. This is 100% over. There's no way he can do both things, especially if he drops a defensive Sentinel like this. Just a little bit too late, but at least we get to see it. Oh, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Psyalac's up a point now. 1 step closer to victory. Just one more. Just one more win for Psyalac, and he's got... It's just the best of 5, right? So, pretty quick series overall. Let me set up map 3 for Bedrock. And the leaders. Current score is 2-1. And it's gonna be Apex Sean's map pick. Sean V, aka Team Respawn. Sean needs your support. Maybe you guys can show it in the Twitch voting thingy. As Psyalac voters take yet another glorious 14% return. But there is another vote coming up. I'm gonna take a bit of a break there, which is totally fine. So while we do that, I'll once again just repeat that we are actually doing a little bit of switcheroo over at MetaPlace. So one of the things is that we are changing our Showmatch structure a little bit. So this is the last Showmatch that actually follows the old one. An old commission, this one. But we are switching to a tier system where we'll be tiering the players in a leaderboard on the website. So you got D to S tier, essentially. And we're also switching from USD to pound sterling, so the British currency. And that's very helpful because you guys, I operate MetaPlace financially and I'm in the UK, so I have to handle everything in pounds and convert everything. So this will significantly reduce both the stresses of actually doing that accounting work, plus it will actually save money because we don't have to convert all the time from between the 2 currencies. And it also means that I don't have to rely on PayPal, which actually takes a massive fee out of the players' pockets every time I send them a prize. So switching to pounds is also straight up better numerically. As you guys can see, these Showmatch prizes are higher than they used to be. So for a Premier Showmatch, we used to pay what? Was it $60? No, it was $50, I think. And it used to be about the series size. Now we're making all of these a best of 7, right? And it's still the same kind of thing. You guys will choose the Showmatch participants will tier the players, and they'll all be playing a best of 7 regardless. The winner and loser will get a prize, and this is just simply more than it used to be. So we're nearly doubling the total prize pool of show matches essentially with this, the stuff that you guys commission as well as the ones we host. And it will also apply to tournaments. Now the next map is gonna be Mirage. So yeah, the increase amounts to essentially 25% because that's roughly the conversion rate. $1.25 is £1. And I highly recommend players to get some fintech accounts that gives them a interbank exchange rate so that they don't get hurt on the way in when they get paid. Anyways, moving on, Mirage is the next map. Let's do this. Alrighty, let's see what these guys are gonna end up doing. Oh, that's a classic. Also for this map. I'm sure you guys won't be disappointed. Let's do this. So we're gonna be going to Mirage as we get yet another technician support package of 100 bits. Thank you. Seanagone in the blue color. Gonna be playing as Capitano Caterino. On the other side, Psyalac, Shipmaster. Both very good picks for Mirage, as you need the mobility, certainly. Looks like Sean is just gonna take the hit on the Marines, gathering a little bit of power in the early game here, and also going forward with the Marines to get the power. Now this is gonna allow Psyalac to pick up the side mini bases without much contest, but it looks like he's prioritizing nuking down this Marine, blocking the path so that it can't retreat. And now this grunt is freed up to gather while the ghost can scout for mini base spots. By the time it actually reaches there, Psyalac has enough resources to pick it up. Are we gonna see an early hero? Doesn't look like it's out of the question. Might align on 6 building, but I think it's better for Psyalac right now to just pick up all these minis, get a bunch of ghosts, get a bunch of suicide grunts, and hope for the best with that. Otherwise, Seanagone might just go Spartan, Flamers, a bunch of Marines, and end up being quite positively ahead. But you do need the mini bases for that, and he doesn't have them. The Spartan is definitely very nice against early ghosts, but once they get too high in number, it's not that easy. So Psyalac... Oh no! He's decided against the raid camp. It's a lot of building time that is now unfortunately gone forever. You're never gonna get that back, so you better be very decisive about what you build in the early game like that. I don't know, this is very ambitious, guys, this raid camp. You always can hope that the UNSC player will have to stay home and defend, and in the meantime you can grab the power nodes and get a bit ahead in the economy, but I also think the Spartan could just go there and stop it and shut it down completely. Whereas I personally really like the shippy hero in this matchup. So I was talking about the ghosts, right? It's not gonna happen anymore. There were free harvester upgrades. So that's that's kind of economically stupid at this point to go into mass ghosts. We're gonna see grunts, we're gonna see a bunch of brutes, and we're gonna see maybe a few suicide grunts if necessary. So this is gonna be nice against the Spartan, but perhaps not as nice as 10 ghosts would have been. Nobody picks up the middle mini base. I'm not sure anyone's gonna rush for it either. There is now a suicide grunt. It's not particularly good against the hero though. It's the numbers that are gonna be good against the hero. Is Psyalac gonna aim for the main here? Entirely possible. Now bear in mind the elite grunts can capture just fine here, whereas the brute grunts would have been aggroed by the marine. Very annoying for sure. When that happens to you, I mean. Shipmaster doesn't have to worry about that, neither does Arby. So yeah, a lot of my predictions today are off, but Psyalac is also kinda doing his own thing. Not that it's bad to throw your opponent off and just do something they wouldn't be expecting. Seems to be working so far for him, so can't complain. I like the sniper in the garrison. That's not gonna be damaged by the grunts, I'll tell you that much. It's a really good play. Oh no, 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 don't do that one! Not even the shields went down and 2 units died. Oh no. Guys, do avoid the heroes with the Suis. It's really bad. The Suis are meant to clear marines. And if absolutely necessary, Hellbringers. They're actually decent against snipers, but can also be picked off if you're not careful. Anyways, like I said, the numbers are important. And the Spartan is getting a little low, but that was a beautiful slam, stunning the entire army, and now it's picking everyone off. Oh my goodness. That was pretty good by Sean. Suddenly equalizing the playing field a little bit. He's probably wanting to recapture this. 2 stars on the Marines. That's sick. Seanagone upgrading the 2nd generator. He's got enough turrets at home to defend against shenanigans. And Psyalac's just kind of forced to chill for the moment. That is a 2nd extractor though, so tier 2 can't be too far off now. Both players doing kind of okay. Yeah, this is the thing with the suicide grunt stuff. It can surprise the cutter if they're going a little bit too heavy on marines, right? That's why I'm saying it's good to try to surprise the other guy, but there weren't marines. It's literally just Hellbringer and Sniper and Spartan, with really just the initial few marines being around. Whereas if it was a Ghost Sui game, you would want the Spartan to try to kill the suicide grunts, and the marines would be grenade upgraded in numbers as well to try to deal with the ghosts. So if that kind of army suddenly faces an infantry banish, that can be very surprising and painful. ODST drop obviously great on defense here, although generally you would prefer it offensively. I think they might be able to hold this. So nicely done. Very nice. Oh no! Oh, oh, he's safe. The generator. Grunt, you have a mission. Go. Do it. Oh. Okay, the brutes. Yeah, they'll get it. Goodbye. Did this stun just block that? Okay, fun's over. Good job with the STs. You failed. But successfully. Anyway, Psyalac's in tier 2. We've got a Foundry coming up. We can afford another extractor. There's no base, which is a little bit uncharacteristic of Psyalac. I think Psyalac knows the rules, right? You click up tier 2, you buy a base. Ideally, you buy the base just before you click up, if possible. Anyway, no hero just yet either. It's upgraded harvesters all over the place. And we're just focusing on the raid camp business. That's fine. Saving the infantry real quick. I have no idea what just happened there. I guess they must have gone in too deep or something. The Spartan... Is it on cooldown? Did it jump him? Yeah. That's all it was. Anyway, everybody's safe. Psyalac does not have a big army. It's mostly brutes, and the Spartan can more than handle that. Teleportation to save him. Why not, right? They're pretty expensive. Not a bad idea, I think. Psyalac better stay back, because the one elite is not going to be enough for this. Question in the chat. Seen units that resist attacks from others or the same class to various degrees. So yes, there are different armor classes in the game, and the different weapon types do different damages against different targets. So it's very complex. The game should really do a job of displaying it somewhere, but a decision was made that you are too smooth-brained, you know, and you'll never understand, and it's dumb. Strategy players are some of the more / most intelligent gamers in the world, so I very strongly disagree with the sentiment of the decision. And I think you've been robbed. There are, however, guides out there that do give a little bit of detail on this. For example, Sir Liam's guide, which you can find on the Halo Wars Reddit. It's pinned. Oh! I did not expect that one. I was like, hey, it's 10 minutes, so surely the drop will come next. But no, we got the damage donut first. Well, the sensor tower is having a good old time absorbing this. That's really not what you want to see as the cutter. Okay, now the turrets are getting torn up though, as Psyalac's not committing further resources to sensor towers. This is helping a lot for sure. Now the Diego gets dropped in. That's the leveled up Cyclops from the drop. And all in all, Psyalac just doesn't seem to have the units required to deal with this. I mean, there's combat tech marines, there's a bunch of ODSTs, and I'm sure Seanagone's building up to the next ability already. Yes, he is. The Reaver is an easy takedown there for the Spartan, although misses the jump and isn't gonna jump in himself. That would have been nice, because now both of the Nightingales are toast. ODSTs get dropped in though, and that will help even the playing field once again. I would have liked the Reaver steal a lot, because that helps take down the engineers too. But anyway, we're moving on, as Psyalac has to give this one up. It was just too much Cutter business here. Cutter, best leader as we all know. Check the win rates on Halo Warpoint. It's bonkers. Alright. You know what this means? It means we're going to Game 5, the maximum size of the series, as is tradition, as it has been foretold, as it has been scripted. We always win in the end. And so do the viewers, I hope. Alright. Let's set up the website database thing. Sean Cutter. Yeah, try not to go jump at brutes as Shippy against Cutter. It can be problematic. A few in the early game can do wonders. Like, that kill on the generator was actually good. Forcing the ODST to be defensive was good. But I think definitely the game went too far into tier 1 for a Shipmaster player. You're stronger in tier 2, especially with your hero being in tier 2 and upgraded. That would have been ideal. Anyways, points are 2-2. Just one more. And it looks like it will be decided on Badlands. This could be a long one. This could be a short one. This game definitely allows for some snowballing on the map. So I'm gonna roll the intro and pay out the Twitch voters and give you guys a new vote. F4Mazio, thank you so much for the gift sub to Rock. Appreciate it. Go to Badlands. Whoops, apologies for the black screen. Seanagone. Sean V. Team Respawn Sean. Can he do it? He's in the blue color, he's Forge. And he's on Badlands. On the other side of the map, we have got Psyalac in the red color, playing as Colony. Should be a pretty good pick for this map. All the drops definitely help against Forge a lot. Definitely the hero helps against Forge a lot, but Forge has the mobility. Forge has the vultures in the late game, which can fly over the middle here, which is such a good move. That said, you can be prepared. Colony these days has a teleport, didn't initially have that when it was released, but sorely needed it, and now he's one of the best leaders in the game, so there we go. Alright, so we've got further subscriptions getting gifted out as this Jackrabbit's getting destroyed, so I might as well thank Snowman for gifting one to Fubares, Mr. to Salty, and Murda, and Box, and Sadis. Hugely appreciate that. Snowman, that's very helpful, and Safety Guy and the Formatio also dropping the biddies. The Twitch group has arrived. We've got the Skitterer on the Chopperino as well, so that's gonna go after the Marines and hopefully hunt them down. That should be the move at least. We got a second generator before the Fort Shock comes out, or so it seems. Seanagone's mini base is a little bit late, but again, you have to support your Jackrabbit with a Marine. You can't just go by itself. So what I usually do on this map is I send out my first Marine to go up here, and then the Jackrabbit with it. But I guess Colony is a special case. You kind of want to avoid that. So against Colony, it's different. I like to go down here against Colony and just secure this mini base and also this one. That usually does work out because you got all this sentinel cover right around your resources. So if you do get bullied by the chopper, you can retreat to that and stay under the safety of the sentinels, which would prefer to shoot at the chopper. You just gotta aggro them. Further gift subs coming from F4Mazio, thank you. And Snowman with 10 gift subs. I'm not gonna list all the recipients, but I do want to thank you very much. And we've got a hype train out of that, so it's especially special. Huge support coming through on this show match, and we're trying to arrange a Rock Generation versus Amarante that a mysterious sponsor has put up $100 for. So that's again a dollar show match, even though I mentioned the pound change that's happening for us. It's not us actually managing to pay out of that. Yeah, Rock vs Sami, best of 9. That's what I'm trying to arrange. Amarante, if you can hear me, please reply to my direct message I sent you a few days ago. I will try again after we're done here. Maybe you guys can also message Amarante to reply to me. That would help a lot. I'm sure you guys want to see it. You always want to see Rock vs Sami, right? Anyways. Chopper doing a good job. You can always out-wiggle the Marines. You can see the shots aren't leading all that well, and even if they were leading all that well, the Chopper can just go in the other direction. So that works out very, very nicely. Psyalac overall showing us a pretty good colony here, but we'll need to figure out something for that Forge Warthog. Tier 2 is coming up, so that is, I guess, one of the things that he can be doing against it. I would love to see a second base afterwards. Just needs a little bit more. Doesn't have vision for that right now, so this is an opportunity for Sean to also claim a little bit of power node income, solidify his position, and perhaps... Oh, I didn't pay out the predictions. I'm sorry. But yeah, Seanagone also does need the business. So there is the Sean V victory from the previous game. And now real quick, you guys go and vote for this one. Go, 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 go. We got one monkey smashing up the mini, but yeah, Warthog can't stick around. Apologies for the late payouts on the Twitch vote. My bad. More skits, more harvesters, and not much else. Didn't Ami retire is the new question. Well, you know what? Ami can unretire. How many times it has already happened? I wouldn't rule it out. Watch DC says, loves the videos and what we do. Keep it up, thank you. Prepare for Stormgate. We're gonna see, because there's a lot of big players in there. We typically don't go after RTS games that have already a lot of support. So we wanna do something that actually matters and not something that gets swept under the rug. If we go and support the big RTS games, like Stormgate, like StarCraft, like these stuff, nobody's gonna notice. So we'd rather be here and make an impact. Which is also why we're looking at Company of Heroes 3. But there's something looming on that front as well. And of course Age of Mythology. Which we're also bringing back in Q1 this year. Warthogs. Much needed support here. But can they actually be numerous enough to keep up with the Hunters and the Hunter Capitano? The Capitano himself doesn't have skits yet, so that's going to be problematic for Psyalac to actually bring over. He also doesn't have a sufficient amount of resources right now, I would say, to prepare for the big drop. He's getting the third generator, but no second base is a huge problem. And if this Warthog can just get away, I think actually Seanagone might be in an okay position to hold going forward. I mean, all you do is just put a bunch of turrets on these bases and they're safe, right? He's already done that. He's got the cheap upgrades for the supply pads, so do that as well. Oh! Running through the army twice is not advisable with the Warthog. Shields only last you so long. And yes, Kazuki, there was an Isabel in this series indeed. It's a good choice. I think there's a subset of players that actually underrates her, but you watch some EOD and you'll very quickly decide otherwise, I think. That Spartan just tears up the infantry of the enemy once the chain gun is researched, that is. Alright, we got a level 4 hype train in the end. Thank you guys so much for contributing to that. Hugely appreciate it. Absolutely kicked ass. I think in the next stream, whenever we do it, hopefully soon, is possible to actually hit our sub goal. Should have gone Hornets to throw Psyalac off. Well, that would be some good revenge. I'm not sure it would work very well, but Psyalac certainly would not have been prepared. He says, "With it." No. He can't match fix. What? Psyalac's gonna give up? I think he forgot to expo. He says GG. I think he's taunting. I think Psyalac's ready to do the big drop. What is this? Please don't match fix. He's not moving. He's just looking. Psyalac's clearly here. I think he's trolling though. Look at his resources. He can absolutely afford to mess around. What? What was that? I'm speechless. What was that? That was on purpose. That's technically not allowed. Well, I guess Sean wins by default, but also because Psyalac resigned, so that's that. That was anticlimactic. I think he's not feeling well. He said earlier in the chat that something with his eyes. I think he's about to say something. That's the only real explanation that I think I have. Going for scare, but forgot he was tech too. No, not Crash or DC. He was typing and everything. Don't know what that was, but I think he's just not feeling well. What happened to Psyduck? I don't get it. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. So, whoever wants to start streaming, best do it now. Got a raid coming up. Right, to support whoever's streaming. Might send you guys to Love Guru Caleb. Can go and watch his sofa. Oh, Psyalac's eyes are too painful. Okay. I mean, you could ask for a reschedule, but I guess we already started the game, so it is what it is. Anyways, because it's like health related, obviously there's no consequence. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear it, for sure, Psyalac. So hope you get well soon. No worries. No worries. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna refund the points that the people were betting on Twitch. So yes, we can do a refund there, Yitzy. Absolutely. Alright guys, thanks very much for hanging out today and watching. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for all the support, especially the snowman. Huge help for sure. I really appreciate that. If you guys want to directly support us, we also have some new goals for subscribing on our website. So you can check that out. We've also switched that over to pound sterling and kept some of the same cost, but reduced it a little bit for the highest tiers. So tier 5 and 6 are 5 is about the same. 6 got a little bit cheaper, which includes now coaching, same as before. What we did change, however, is anyway the the goalposts. So we moved up the art support because there's quite a bit of it to do now that we're considering Company of Heroes free. For the next goal, we're adding a monthly podcast. That's at £400 a month. So those first £400 are really going to enable us to do what we're doing and keep those prize pools going as well, and do show matches with the 5th one every single month for every single game that we support. You guys can check that out on our website on the subscription page. And like I said before, because this is in pounds, if you're in the US or another country that's not the UK, the best thing you can do is get an account that does some interbank exchange rates to keep this cheap. If you're a player, you should do that as well for the payouts, because banking is just going to be a superior way going forward, as you'll be losing a lot of money to PayPal, which is one of the changes that we've made. That's the reason we've done it. Anyways, the show match is then over, and I need to enter the very last thing. Badlands on map 5, and Sean was Forge. Congratulations to him winning it, even if the circumstances weren't the best. There we go. There's the medal for Sean. It's on his profile as well. And I want to thank everybody for watching. Next season, we're working on it still, but I hope you guys are excited as we are. And we'll see you in the next one. There's going to be hopefully another show match or two before we really are ready to announce that. And also next week, we're going to build that tier list for the first time. Even though it won't immediately be interfacing with the tournaments, we can do some more show matches with it and get a little bit more up to date. You guys can also report some results and dispute it. And then we can finally go in to the season with the tiers. At which point we'll also open up the show match store again. So, with that, I'll say bye-bye. Let's host Love Guru Calibur, whoever's out. Okay, peace everyone. Thanks for watching.